been helping you with stuff. Oh.
For the first time. I'd actually love to, I'm going to put on screen how long it's been, because I haven't been here, I think, in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, is that right?
What's that Titanic meme?
What?
It's been 82 years or something.
It's been 84 years.
It literally feels that way, and progress has been made, but it has been slower than we would have hoped, only because of tradesman delays. So obviously you know that Alex found the incredible flooring, the tiles. We did have a carpenter booked, but he's been busy, so he's booked for this Friday, which is so good, so he can do the wood flooring. So now Alex has a bit of a deadline to get this room painted. You've just been at home more as well, like there's been lots going on, just, you know.
Well,
I'm pregnant, so I need your help.
I've been helping you with stuff as well.
So we've not been here as much as we would want, so it's been slow. This is the slower part. It was really fast at the beginning, and that's normal.
I can just check how much wood I need to return, actually, how many packets, if we're not saving a bit of money with the tiling.
Yeah, so Alex has been working on these corners quite a lot, because the cornice, is it cornice?
Cornice.
The cornice is plaster, so it's very crumbly, there's a bit of a damp problem. And so he's been carefully sanding, but it crumbles sometimes. And lots of you did ask about the damp problem, what we're going to be doing to address it. So the outside wall will need repointing. It's not something that we have time or budget for this summer, but it'll be something that we probably can do in the autumn, winter. But because you'd also have to book someone, there'll be like a lead time. But every single Cornish coastal cottage will have damp. That you will not come across one that doesn't. It would be impossible. So I actually think this house is pretty good. It's not really much damp at all.
Actually, we went in somewhere the other day in St Ives, and I went in and I smelled. I was like,
most people's,
it smells like damp. It smells like damp seaside, which is like nostalgic scent of holiday.
Yeah, that is like if you've ever been to Cornwall and stayed by the coast, the cottages smell like damp because they are by the coast. And they have granite, and lots of them have been painted or not repointed on the outside. But it's only these two walls that have a tiny bit in the corners. It's nothing like severe, or there's no like black mold. There's nothing like that. It's just a bit like crumbly, and we've obviously plastered. So we've done all the fixes that you can do inside, and then it will be a project that we have to book in with a builder for the autumn, winter. And then he can paint the whole room, because he's painted lots of it. He's finished the painting of the room. Ready for the carpenter. Are there any other updates around the house? I feel like what I want to do is I want to go upstairs and I want to show you some like mood boards for some of the rooms of what we want to do, but I'm also going to give you a general update, because lots of you are coming into this midway going, what the hell, I didn't know you had another cottage, or I've missed this, or I've not been a part of this, and you're just tuning in. I will link up here the original video where we show you the tour of the house, we explain what's going on, and also you can then watch the playlist of every episode of the renovation, so you know and you're up to date. But it's quite fun midway to kind of show you the situation. Some of my bigger work projects have ended, so I can be here more to help assist and get stuff done, especially like the finishing touches and the decorating. Also, I'm just feeling a lot better at this stage in my pregnancy. I think there was a period of time in the second trimester where I was just so down and so stressed and feeling so just rough and not myself. And I'm 29 weeks now, and I'm feeling the best I felt throughout the whole pregnancy. I'm sure that in a few weeks' time I'll start to feel very heavy and not so good, but I feel like me again. I can't physically do as much, but I feel good, so I can like be here and get on. So let's give you an update around the house. Roxy's found her hiding spot. That's so cute. First thing is, maybe some of you did notice that I did mention about this light that Alex put on the ceiling, which is going to have to be changed because that's not suitable.
I
So
think that's why I hung it that height.
yeah, so when you have a hung light, you obviously want some give where it kind of goes loops and kind of hangs. So in hindsight, this definitely can't have a pendant fitting here. We're going to have to get a flush fitting for this and get that changed.
You can just cut it.
No, that would look funny because it's a pendant light, so you need a flush light for this.
Oh, okay. You say so.
I do say so. You just need to change the light fitting, that's all. This can be used somewhere else, like at some point we could sell it, it's not a problem, it wasn't expensive. In here, obviously this is not being done because this is like the final job to be done. The carpenter will do the doors. So obviously there's lots of mess in here because this is where all the stuff, basically we've been collecting lots of things for Newlyn. Like all of these lamps, these plates, lots of lovely things I've been collecting. Alex brought them all here the other day, so that's kind of all hanging around in here, including this we've got from car boot sales and stuff. I've even got this set of shelves that I just kicked over.
I keep kicking this over as well, so I'm going to move it somewhere better.
So what's happening in here is I'll put some pictures on the wall actually. Oh, I need to do the same for the living room. So let me show you the living room of what we want the plan to be in here. So we originally were going to paint the walls blue, but we've obviously gone just for an off-white. This wall has been painted, so you can see it's just looks white, but it's a warm white rather than a cool white, which makes it cozier. So in here, I want it to look coastal but cozy, cottagey. We've got some nice curtains in here. We've got our lovely Laura Ashley sofas. We won't be putting a wood banner in this year, but maybe next year we'll put one in, which would be really great. Probably we'd do that, like do the repointing and the chimney and the wood banner. That would be a part of probably like really helping this wall to have more air and warmth and things. But for now we could put like a little candle in there or something. I think we should just paint it black in there. And then, yeah, just make it really cozy, coastal, have lots of pictures on the wall, and just a lovely place that you can come and sit and read a book. And just chill at the end of a day. And then in the kitchen, we're thinking again of just painting this the same white colour, and then maybe the cupboard units could be yellow, or there was also a thought of having some kind of maroon and yellow in here to match the tiles that are on the floor. So these are the tiles. If you missed last week's video, we found Victorian quarry tiles. And you can see that lovely terracotta colour and that maroon colour, which is just gorgeous. Obviously, we'll clean this up. And I was wondering whether we could then paint, like almost colour match this maroon colour and paint the understairs that colour. And then have the kitchen yellow. Let me know your thoughts on that. I think it would look lovely against the blue. Or we could just stick with this being yellow and the cupboards being yellow. But I kind of like the idea of having a completely different colour under the stairs. And I don't know, do you not think that'd be quite nice? It would also look really lovely with the wood, a maroon, and it kind of makes it different. It also might push it back a bit into the room. So yeah, but here's some nice little pictures of ideas for this, the vibe. We're going to get rid of the cupboards, have some shelves. I think we're going to keep the tiles, but I also wanted you, Alex, to speak to the carpenter about something, an idea. I want you to get a quote, basically. I'm going to put a picture of what I was thinking of, but it may just be something that's just too much work. But someone basically suggested, don't keep the tiles, but what you can do is you can panel the whole wall with like kind of shiplap and have shelves. So it's just one big thing. You just do it all in one, and then it looks like a nice backsplash that's wood. Not wood, MDF. I'll put a picture on screen, but if that's going to be really expensive or like a bigger job, then we won't do it. We'll just put shelves up and keep it simple. And then we'll change the cupboard doors so that they are not wibbly wobbly, because right now, as you can see, they're all kind of like hanging off a bit. They're just not nice doors. They're not functional. So that's that. Should we go upstairs? Oh, I don't think Alex ever showed you an after.
Not properly.
So my dad did clean this up. Though we were just saying, Alex, I think that this plant has to go. It's so big and it creates so much shade. I think you should just cut it down completely.
Oh.
It feels so much more spacious if that wasn't here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just saw it off from the base.
I don't know how it's growing.
Huh?
I I don't know how it's growing.
I just think it would be nicer just to have a clean wall, get rid of all of these plants, get all of them out of the walls. I mean, the daisies are cute and all, but yeah, maybe you could leave the daisies. I don't know.
Because they're out, we didn't do anything with them.
I'm not sure. I like that my dad's cleaned up the different pots. I think these obviously are here to go to the dump, the broken ones.
He said, do you want to save any of them?
I'll take them home, some of them, because I can use the crack pieces for the base of pots. Yeah, but we'll get rid of those and make these look pretty, like put these in actual big terracotta pots. And then we can have a nice table out here. Love this fern, this is lovely. But we need a proper pot for it because that's a plastic pot.
There was one out, maybe the one that was out there, terracotta.
I might be tempted also just to take that home because the slate shelf is kind of nicer and just have a little plant on there rather than cover up the whole slate shelf. We've got our cute little shed, which actually has a lovely door. And in here, my dad, again, cleaned this up a bit, but we might need to...
Those are going to the bin.
So my thought for the initial idea would be we should just have a lock on this because it's a bit grubby in there for people to be staying and using it. I mean, I suppose it'd be kind of useful for people to put their bodyboard in there or something, but it feels like that wall needs some TLC. But, Bobby, what are you doing? If we go upstairs, obviously you've seen the lovely blue we've painted the stairs already. I did get some little handles from the car boot so we can replace the handles, and I do need to maybe find some of these on eBay, but yeah, we've decided to leave the doors and I really like the way that's looking. This room is the one room that's probably like the most finished because everything's kind of done in here. There's a bit of touching up of paint in that corner. We need to put the light in. But as you can see, the bed's in its place, and you might notice that those are our bedside tables from our house because we bought bedside tables for here from Facebook and they were too big. And then I was like, wait, what about ours? We could swap them. And these fit perfectly like a glove. And then we've got a lovely headboard, which is soft and simple. And then obviously the lovely little lights above the bedside table. So really enjoying how that looks. So when the bed's made up, it's going to be all fluffy and cozy, and you've got a lovely view to wake up to of the harbour, which is so pretty. I got this rug on Facebook, which is gorgeous, and that can go underneath the bed. So you've got something soft for your feet when you get out of bed. This wardrobe, we just need to put some handles on. And I'm going to sand it a little bit so to make it look a bit shabby chic, like kind of like what's happening here. So it looks deliberately like chipped and shabby. And then this we got on Facebook. And the only thing I'm going to do for this is I'm going to sand this top because it's obviously got a few marks on it. So it looks deliberately shabby rather than stained. Because that doesn't look so good. And if I sand it, those will come off. So it will look nice and clean and neat, and we'll give that a good scrub. I'll give you maybe a little bit of a mood board for in here. We've got to decide on curtains. I think I did pick the curtains, but I need to order those. But this room is just so pretty. In the bathroom, we have to figure out our shower situation. It's not as simple as we initially thought. We just thought we'd just install a new shower. But the ones that go on the outside of tiles, it's a bit complicated with a bath because most of the time you'd have to build the shower in and kind of mess the tiles up a bit and tile around it. But because we don't want to do that, we have to figure that one out. But we'll come up with a solution because we don't want to disturb this bathroom too much. We just want a new shower fitting and, you know, touch it up a bit with paint and things like that and just make it a bit nicer in here. But I love the tiles. I also really like the wallpaper. I think it's kind of traditional. I want to just change this mirror. Hello, baby bump. And I really love the emerald green. Maybe we paint this cupboard door, or maybe not. I actually kind of just like it like that. It's kind of cute. And obviously the stained glass is gorge. And then this room has been plastered. So this just needs painting. We're going to do the exact same colours as the other rooms, the white and blue, because it is consistent throughout. And it just kind of adds to that kind of flow. Because if you look at that, that just looks so, those colours look so beautiful. So it's just lovely to continue it. And then as you come up the stairs, this is the best room with the best view. We've obviously done the skirting up here, and then we've decided to leave all of this beautiful wood. We need to finish off the banisters. This room, again, it's just a matter of finishing the banisters, give a quick touch up of paint outside, and furnishing in here. So just putting pictures up, finishing touches. We need to touch up the wall paint a little bit where we've removed the lights, and I want to paint the furniture. So I need to paint the bedside tables, chest of drawers, bed, that kind of thing. And then when you wake up in the morning, you are blessed with this view, which is just doesn't even come across on camera really. You can see all the way across to St Michael's Mount, all the way across to the coastline. I mean, I would go as far as to say you could probably, over there, I'd love to know how far it goes, but I swear you could probably see all the way down to the Lizard. The Lizard goes all the way around there. This week my friend is staying and she just came to look at it. She just wandered into town with my sister. I'm gonna go meet them in a second. And she just said, wow, this like comes across way better in real life. She's like, in a video it's nice, but in real life it's like, oh my goodness, the view. Because it is, you have a full view of the entire Newlyn, Penzance, Marazion, all the way down to where the Lizard is scooping around the side. The whole like harbour and whole bay is incredible, and you could just sit here. If I was staying here, I would just sit here and read and relax, and it's a lovely thing to have if you're staying in Cornwall, to be able to go home and still have a sea view, because you can sit and enjoy a glass of wine without feeling like you have to go find somewhere to sit in a town or a place that's going to be busy to sit outside and enjoy the sea, which I think is lovely. But this space up here is so nice. I love this room and I can't wait to do the finishing touches in here. These are the curtains that we got for the living room downstairs, so we probably incorporate some of these colours. Oh yes, and let's give you a little view so I can put up a bit of a mood board for this room. So we're not painting in here because it's been built not that long ago, so the paint's pretty good. But yeah, I'm just going to make it cosy and cottagey again and seasidey, and just have lots of soft furnishings and lovely pictures, and just make it really nice in here. Another update actually was that we did add a radiator. The only annoying thing is that the pipes had to be on the outside because of the way that this house is built. It often happens in cottages, you can't put the pipes in the walls. So I will be painting those because I don't like the way that looks, because it looks too in your face. But we have a radiator up here because we blocked off the gas stove. So that's been closed off by the plumber. So we just need to sell that little stove, and we were going to get like a little electric one, but I think we've just decided we'll just put the bedside table on that marble because the chest of drawers on that marble, because I just don't think it's necessary to have a stove up here. We could do an electric one, but we'd have to wire it in somehow, and it's so warm in here anyway, I just don't see the point. I think it would be better without one, in my opinion. I think I would quite like to do a chest of drawers and a dressing table next to it, just to keep it simple. Anyway, there's my little update of the cottage. It's kind of that phase of renovating that, let me pop you down, is that going to stay? I'm sitting on the stairs because it's comfy, but I don't know where I can put you with that. Oh, there you go. It's kind of that stage of the renovation where Alex and I's life is busy. Work-wise, pregnancy-wise, just life-wise, there's lots going on. So I think Alex has not really even been here 5 days a week. He'll sometimes only come in once or twice a week, and that just ends up being that things become slow, which makes me feel quite anxious and just like, oh, I just want this done. But then I also have to remember to not rush things or rush life, get ahead of myself, because this is a project we really care about, and we don't want to be like doing this and it being half done and then you guys coming here and then it not having the sort of finish that I want it to. I want it to be completely like spectacular when you arrive and it feel incredibly special, obviously with like hopes for the future. Like we said, love to put a wood burner in and love to add things in the future, which is always nice to think of, but I want it to be just incredible, like the best place you've ever stayed. If you're going to come all the way here, like some of you are saying you'd love to come from Australia or America, I want it to just be the best experience and you just come here and be like, oh my goodness, this is like the cutest place. So that's what I'm holding on to, and probably this project and being pregnant is teaching me to like remember to slow down and not rush things and allow life to just go at the pace it chooses, because you can't control those things and that's fine. And I do get a bit like, oh my God, I have to like get on with it and it has to go quickly, and you just stress yourself out doing that. So it's just probably a better idea just to do it, and what gets done, you know? Because I'm going to have a baby soon, and obviously we want to get it done before baby comes. But yeah, we don't need to rush anything else. So thanks for sticking around watching these videos. Give them thumbs up if you're enjoying them, and subscribe and watch the playlist and share them and stuff. And give us any ideas. I always love hearing ideas. If you've looked around the house and you've thought, wouldn't that be cute for one of the rooms, please tell us. I'd love to hear. But I'm going to go into town now. Alex is going to carry on, and I'm going to probably go have a little drink with the girls and enjoy myself because my friend's visiting. But it was nice to come, and I think once my friend's gone home, I'll probably come back. Well, I'm going to aim to come back way more regularly so we can like get this done, which will be really fun actually. I've been absolutely just dying to do that, but I've not been able to. So I'm really looking forward to being able to come here and just like, yeah, get on with doing stuff.
Like Maddie said, so the carpenter's coming on Friday, so I've got 4 days to finish all this off, which you'll probably be glad with because you're probably sick of seeing this room and me painting it and time lapses of it. So get a move on, finish that, and then I can move on to the other rooms. Doesn't have to be perfect because I don't feel capable of making it perfect as it is because of issues, seemingly historic issues with the damp, but I can make it nice. And once the walls and ceiling are done, and I've got light bulbs and the light up here, and I know we have to change or sort this one out probably. New flooring. I'm in this room and I'm like, oh, this isn't very nice. This isn't if I walked into this room as a holiday let, I wouldn't think, wow, amazing. But I hope it's in the finishing touches as well. If you've got the nice tile floor, the wooden floor continuing into this. We've got internet being activated soon. I think I forgot to say, you know, we had issues. Someone is coming Thursday, I think, from OpenReach. Hopefully to do what needs to be done for internet to be activated after 4 months. So that'll be good. TV setup, nice sofas and side tables, lamps. Then I think it will be a real transformation. Whereas now I'm looking at it, I'm thinking I've put all this work in and it just looks like a painted room. Let's get on with it. I've got a few more hours before the end of the day, or the end of the working day anyway, before dinner. Roxy has joined me while Maddie's gone out for a wander and a drink with her sister and a friend. So actually I'll move Roxy out of the room because it's sanding, but let's go. Evening, 6 o'clock, another day done. I've managed to, not that you can tell, managed to sand all the cornicing, a couple more bits, some bits fell out so I filled them. I think it was a good day. Good day. I'll try and get here a bit earlier tomorrow because I only got here at like 10 today. Maddie has gone to get fish and chips, or toe fish and chips in Penzance, so I'm gonna quickly catch up with them. They've ordered it and they're waiting for me. Or maybe I need to shower because my hair's covered in plaster, paint, sandings. I'll see you tomorrow. Back again. Hello. It's a lovely day outside. Blue skies. More sanding today. I think I will also, because it's getting kind of messy, like I've got a bit sloppy with clearing up all the plaster and paint that's come off from the damp and sanding. So I might begin with that just to get me into the mood of it. Clear up a lot of the mess. Some of the clutter as well. You know, it's a bit you kind of start doing DIY and everything spreads out. Also because I've got batteries that need charging. I should have left them on overnight, but I'm paranoid about, because we're not here, I'm paranoid about leaving any electrics on overnight, even though it's insured. And that'll probably be quite satisfying. Also because the carpenter's coming to do the floor, so I'm gonna have to do it at some point this week. And I might as well make the workspace easier, because I want to finish sanding and then paint tomorrow, paint Thursday, so probably one more day of like sanding and prepping, fingers crossed. There are an awful lot of nooks and crannies in this room. 2 days of painting, and then the carpenter will be here, and hopefully all will go well with him. I just had this for a snack. Very nice. Don't tell Maddie. Could really do with a dustpan and brush right about now. That is incredibly irritating. I might even have to wait till tomorrow to clean it up properly. I don't have anything to clean it up with. Oh my goodness, that's so. And I was supposed to take that home yesterday. I forgot it. I left it here by mistake. I packaged it up, put it in the bag, and for some reason I didn't put the lid on it properly. So I picked it up by the lid. I was like, oh, it was a bit loose, and then it smashed all over the floor. I probably got it on camera, the noise. Never mind. The plasterer left, like, well, most of a plasterboard. I'm wondering what to do with it. Seems like a shame to just take it to the dump. But I also don't want to keep it anywhere, and it'll probably just get warped. And I cut a bit out, so I can't like give it to someone. I mean, I could, but I don't know. What do people do with old plasterboard? No idea. So that's the end of the day. I've done all the sanding. Actually, I need to do this bit. But all the beams here. This wood. All of this. And along there, because we're going to paint this bit in as well. So I'll have to cut in. I'm probably doing something wrong, or maybe it's just the way the paint was put on. But you're sanding and it's like flicking off little bits on the edge here, and it's really hard trying to like smooth it out, but more bits are coming off. But I think, you know, that will feel smooth. Hopefully it won't be noticeable when the paint goes on. But like I said, I'm kind of beyond that now. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's literally just a bit of wood in the room. I have sort of cleaned around the PVC trim. So this is, you know, it's quite wonky, and there's quite a lot of holes in the plaster, like the plaster hadn't been put on thick enough, so I filled that, and I've kind of cut, you know, there was so much like paint and plaster on the plastic trim, so I've got that off. Landed up here, we've got the curtains. I just need to get a curtain rail to put on this batten, hopefully big enough. Sort of tidied up there, a bit tidier. I need to move these. I think we're getting rid of this curtain rail. Maybe I could sell it, or just someone could have it, but sometimes it is difficult getting people to pick stuff up on Facebook Marketplace, for example, that it's almost not worth it, and you should just take it to the dump. Looking better in here, feeling like there's progress. It probably doesn't look like there's progress in this video, but the next video, there will be progress. Hopefully the carpenter will come and do the floor, the carpets will be up, and we'll have this tile exposed, and I can find a way to lovingly restore it using nice cleaning. I mean, maybe just use like soap and water. Maybe it will just come off with gentle scraping and rubbing. That would be pretty cool if this time, the end of next video, we have that done. That would be amazing. So next 2 days I'm going to be painting, then the carpenter comes. So there's going to be a big transformation in this room coming up. Bye for now.